where my money makes money. I'm looking here on Investor. I just hit that, didn't I? I just looking here on Investopedia about the different types of debts and loans and things of that matter. So if you don't mind, I'm gonna look down and I'm gonna run through some of these fairly quickly here. Student loan debt. They say it's like herpes. In most cases, it stays with you the rest of your life. It's extremely high debt that's hard to pay off over the course of your life. It prevents you from creating generational wealth. It's very difficult to get loan forgiveness, but it's possible. You go to school to get $5,000 education, I put that in there, then you owe them $90,000 in debt, only to make $45,000 in your first 1 or 2 years, and slow increase over the years as life expenses and the debt you have to pay. So basically what that's saying is, you go to school, the education you're receiving only costs literally $5,000 to $10,000, but now you're $90,000 in debt. But getting out of college, most people make anywhere from $45,000 to $55,000. That doesn't even cover half the amount they pay in education. Then it takes people years and years because you have life expenses to pay for as well of that $90,000. Now, granted, I know $90,000 on the top end, so we can bring it down to $60,000. We can bring it down to $50,000, but you have a huge debt in your hands, right? And so you can pay $100, $200 a month, but basically you're paying your school debt off from your 20s to your 40s, sometimes even to your 50s. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's baby boomers probably still paying off their school debt. But let's not stay here, guys, because we've talked about school debt versus trade plenty of times. Car debt. Car depreciate in value the first day you drive off the lot at 30% or more. Also is a horrible investment. I won't even get into the rest of that because we know where that's heading. Credit card debt. Now, we have spoken on this numerous of times. This is horrible. Credit card debt, right? We've talked about this many times before. A lot of you don't use your credit card to go out and buy groceries because you need it. Now, some of you do, of course, right? Because it's the quickest thing that you can pull out. But you will be amazed what most people use for their credit card, like jewelry, clothing, vacations, gifts, and you have to pay this money back with interest if you don't pay it before it postmarks, right? Before the end of the billing cycle. See, most cards have variable rates and it goes up and down. Here's the cool thing about variable rates, right? So the credit card company will advertise to you, okay, it has a variable rate anywhere between 15% and 25%. When you first start using the card, it's at 15%. As your balance increases, so does your rate, because they know the amount of money that you have in debt on the card. If they raise your rate, you pay them more money. So this is how they make their money off of you. That's why they call it a variable rate. Are there some credit cards with fixed rates? Yes, there are credit cards with fixed rates, but majority of people have a variable rate. So only use your credit card in very strategic situations that you can actually profit from. And I've talked about profiting from your credit cards, getting air miles, getting cash back, getting gifts, etc. But you have to pay it off before the billing cycle ends. What about IRS debts? Did you know that they can come and take your property because you have a debt with the IRS? Yes. And then as you make more money, they actually add the amount of money that you owe, because if you're not reporting it, or even if you are reported, it's still accumulating interest of the amount of money that you should pay. So pay off the IRS. Out of all these people, these are the last people, the last entity, the last organization you should not pay. Now, you have all these private organizations saying they can help you with your IRS debt, okay? They can help you with that government debt. But did you know if you call the IRS and you ask them your options, they will give you some of the same options that they give the people that you're gonna pay your money to. So you're gonna pay your money to people to help you pay your money to other people. You're gonna pay your money to people to help you pay money to other people, thus you're paying more money. Just call the people that you owe money to and ask them what you can do. Stop paying all these different entities and organizations trying to get more money out your pocket, making you more in debt. I'm moving on. Last but not least, gambling debt. Now, gambling debt is simply horrible, okay? It's simply horrible. Let me read this before I get into my little rant here. Gambling debt, where the odds are 100 to 1. It's probably even worse than that, but I'm giving simple numbers here. 100 to 1 for you to lose, and also may have agents there winning, but it's all a setup. And I'm gonna get into that. Also, depending on where you get the money, it can affect your life in many ways. Especially if it's from a loan shark and you can't pay it back. That's a guaranteed broken limbs and possible death. House expenses and so on. Also, if you have a gambling debt, you also may have a gambling problem, right? If you have a gambling debt, chances are you have a gambling problem. You may want to go get help. So here's the thing. If you think you go into some of these casinos where someone is at the table winning all that money, do you know that some casinos have agents that they have come and sit and win? So you feel that energy. You get that fever of gambling, like, oh, I can win too at this table. This is a hot table. This is a hot table. I can win at this. No. Some of these guys are implants, guys. They're charging you up to spend your money, but you'll walk away broke. And gambling comes in all ways. We either be at the casinos or with the slots, at the tables, pull tabs, scratch off, lottery tickets. Cause some of you like, you're gonna make it big. If I do a lottery, the Mega Millions. Now, granted, have I ever played the lottery? Yeah, I played the lottery. I think I played the lottery twice. Every year, twice. I do it at every Mega Million, right? Because I'm like, okay, $1 here, $1 there. I can waste $1 walking down the street buying a cool drink or something. But here's the thing. $1 or $2 a year versus someone who's paying consistently every day. 52 weeks in a year. 365 days in a year. Think about the money that you're spending, because some of you are buying multiple lottery tickets. Then you say, oh, well, I hit last week for $1,000. Okay, how long you been playing the lottery? See, you might have a gambling problem, and the guy who lost his house at the blackjack table, the guy that lost his house at the Russian roulette table, is no different than the people who are losing their houses with pull tabs, scratch offs, and lottery tickets. So, debt comes in many forms, in many ways. And hopefully, you have recognized that you may have a problem that you need to fix, and you may need to get help from. Because IRS debt, school debt, car debt, all these different forms of high volatile debt, you need to get off your financial portfolio so you can begin to gain wealth. So you can begin to build wealth. That's it. That's all I got, guys. Learn money and be inspired. And don't start gambling. If you're gonna do it, I'm not saying be like me, but they're only getting $2 from me a year. I'm out.